Hey guys, what is up? It's your boy Zix here, and in today's video, we are gonna talk about an in-depth guide for our beginner's guide. So this is what I call the in-depth beginner guide, and if you haven't watched the beginner's guide that I've created way back January 12, I suggest you do that first before you go and watch this video because this is just a continuation of that video where I'll be saying a lot of things that correlates to that video. So watch that video first. If you don't know what to do in the early game, in this video, I'll be telling you all about the things that you need to do while you are trying to figure out everything on your own. This is good for returning players, but most of all, this is for the newcomers in Digimon Masters Online who wants to play the game for a very long time. So without further ado, let's get into the video. And like I normally do, I have a list that we need to talk about. So I'm gonna pull up the list. Here it is. So I put here an in-depth beginner guide. So first and foremost, if you haven't watched the video of me doing the beginner's guide list way back January 12, 2026, I suggest you watch that first before watching this, like I said in the earlier part, because there are a lot of things that we need to see and show you guys why is it important to follow the first part first, then go to this in-depth guide. Okay. So, number one on the list, more seal investment. What do I mean by more seal investment? You don't just stop at around, let's say you have an attack of 3,000, HT of 3,000 as well. So, for example, here, let me hide this first. This is the Seal Master system. And if you can see at the bottom, there is certain stats that you have available in them. So what I mean by invest more on seals is that because 5,000 stats is not enough. It's not enough. It's nowhere near enough for you guys to be good enough for the mid game. So this game is very stat reliant heavy. What I mean by that is there are a lot of things that you need to invest on, and the most thing that you can invest on is very muchly the Seal Master system. This is the first line that you really need to invest on. Like I said in my earlier part of the video, where I suggest you guys to complete your permanent accessories, perfectly clone your Digimon that you want, have a main Digimon, level up to 120. I'm going to change that now. Try to reach Tamer 140 or Tamer 150 as early as possible, as fast as possible, and reach level 150 on your Digimon. I didn't put it on this list. Why? Because I already covered that up in the first video. I just suggested that you level up to 120 on that video because it's a borderline where you can get the 4 Holy Beast accessories, which is the permanent accessories, which is available for your Digimon. I mean, for your Tamer, and the stats that it gives is good for your Digimon as well. So now, in this in-depth beginner guide, the number one on our list is a more seal investment. You think that with the seals I currently have, this is the stats that I currently have. You would think that I would be satisfied with this alone. No, I won't be satisfied with this alone. I just stepped my foot into the mid game. So what do you think that works for me? No, it doesn't work for me at all. Why? Because reaching 7,000 attack on this, or close to 7,000 attack on this one alone, on my stats on attack alone, it's very hard. It's very demanding, and it costs a lot of Terra. Like I said, it costs a lot of Terra, and if you can see it in my seal system, I haven't unlocked everything. All of these are only one. Even Venom Vandemon and Kulomon, I haven't unlocked. Even the Alphamon or the Bulbaltmon and the Imperial Dramon line, or the Metal Greymon Black, TK as well. So it's very demanding, like I said, and it costs a lot of Terra for doing this every time. So if you have as little as possible, even if you have if you get the chance to get seal exchange, if you get the chance to have seal openers, I have talked about this in my seal opener guide or the seal system guide. I'll put a link down in the description below with the addition of, I'll be putting the link below for the beginners list. So you should watch that first. Then you should watch also the seal guide. If you are knowledgeable in the seal system already, then it doesn't matter. But let's move on. Invest more seals. The reason for this is because when you are starting as a beginner, there are a lot of Digimons or a lot of places where you need to go to that has aggressive Digimons, and not having the proper defensive capabilities for that dungeon or for that place alone will cause you to be dead all the time when you're just running around. Or if you have a ride or a normal ride, which as you can see, I do have for my Bloom Lordmon, Digimons won't attack you. But if you don't have it for some reason, then it's better to be safe than sorry. So again, invest more on your seals. And if you ever reach 7,000 on all stats, I mean, let's say you have reached 7,000 on attack and you have reached 6,000 HP, that's good enough. For me, that's good enough because some Digimons will really need for you guys to invest a lot more in HP, defense, and DS. So I won't be talking for this much further. So let's move on to the next thing on the list, which is MDG set. So let's talk about the MDG set. I just released a video for the MDG set, but I won't be putting it on the description below. So the MDG set is basically the Yole set where you can get the good amount of 4 set and 6 set effect for everything. Why am I saying for everything? Because this alone will give you a proper boost in DPS and XP gain. So if I go here on the preset, I have the Yole set here, which is the MDG gear. The next one is the TK set, which is another MDG gear. If you are a returning player, I suggest you do this first, or if you have not done it, it's better to do it as early as possible while you are still investing on your seals. And if you are a jumping tamer, I suggest you get it from the Power Digimon Equipment Selection Bot on TK's new semester jumping flame event. It's quite okay to do this, and you can get 2 for 1 each. So you can get 2 equipment, and it's up to you which one you'll get. It's either you get the Yole set or the TK set. But if you're gonna ask me, I suggest you get the Yole set first before doing the TK set. But if you don't want to do damage as early as possible, I suggest you do get the TK set for better XP and just farm it and buy service for MDG gears, MDG runs every week. It will take you 1 month, actually a total of 2 months to complete all the set for TK and for Yole as well. So yeah, keep that in mind, guys. MDG gears are very important in mid-game since, especially, like I said, if you want to read the description for it, it gives you a passive skill damage of 40% by 4,500 max HP, and you will receive less skill damage by 20%. And if you do get the 6 set effect of the Yole set, it will also give you an additional 50% skill damage increase and a hit rate of 1000, which is very nice, and another damage reduction of 30%. So in total, if you proc the Yole set, or if you activate the Yole 6 set effect, you'll have a total of 90% skill damage increase, 1000 hit rate, 4500 HP, and 50% damage reduction. Actually, that doesn't matter because it's totally different, but overall, it's a damage reduction. The one is for skill and the one is for physical damage, or might be both, so it's still 50%, so that's a lot. And if you want to go for the TK set, this one is good for leveling up. The 4 set effect gives you 1000 XP gain permanent, passive, 3000 max HP, and 1500 hit rate. It's good for doing Kaiser Domain, which might be able to help you hit more Digimons in the Kaiser Domain. And next up is, when defeating a monster, there's a 30% chance to increase your XP gain by 2000, which means you're getting 3000 XP percentage from killing monsters. and an additional skill damage plus 70% and an attack of 3,000. Which in terms for skill damage users, it's very good because skill damage scales off attack stats. Okay, so first and foremost, let's move on. Start doing D unit. The number 3 on the list is start doing D unit. Why? Because when you reach a certain roadblock on the seal system, you'll turn to the D unit system. The D unit system is really expensive to do, but there's a lot of way to find out how to get the necessary Digimons for it alone. So here it is. Let me tell you all about it. So this is the total collection effect, meaning this is the effect of all stats that I currently had gotten from all of this. As you can see, I already have an 11% on wind skill damage, which is very nice. Also get the virus skill damage of 7%, vaccine skill damage of 6%, which means all of these are very, very important in your Digimon alone. Whether your main Digimon is a vaccine type, data type, or vaccine type, unknown and NO. I don't think there's an NO Digimon anymore, but unknown, virus, vaccine, and data are important to get this. It also gives you permanent stats as well. You just need to do and complete all the Digimons that are here. It's like a Pokédex type thing. If you are more of a Pokemon fan than Digimon fan, this is basically the Pokédex of the digital world. It's the D unit. So yeah, it's very important that you complete this. So here I'm going to show you a complete version of the collection effect. So in this one, I have my Gabumon Black all the way to level 140. It says here, when a total level of Digimon is 700, it will give you vaccine skill damage. When owning 5 transcended Digimon, CT plus 50, meaning if you have completed all of its evolution, which in terms here are 5, it will give you CT or critical rate of 50% and also gives you 80 DE if you have leveled it up to 550, meaning 110. So only one Digimon. This is only one Digimon, meaning you only need to unlock the evolution line for it. And when owning the 5 Digimon, meaning unlocking all the evolution, it's going for the give you 30 defense. And in terms of this one is a good example of you need different types of Digimon. So you have here Agumon, Gabumon, Tentomon, and basically the Digimon adventures. So you need to complete all of them to unlock this. So Transcend, Piyomon, and Polmon, I mean, every one of them, there are 8 of them, you need to transcend, which will cost you a lot. And you need to level them up to 140 each, meaning you need to get a total level of 1,120. So that's it for the D unit. I won't be going in depth in this much further because the D unit will be another topic for another time. So let's move on so that the video won't take much of your time. Next up on the list is actually, like I said, started doing the unit, but I didn't see it. I put this in here, so start with the XP stat. So here, let me guide you to this. So there's a filter here at the upper left, and there's an EXP filter here. So in the EXP filter, there are a lot of Digimons that you can use and will give you a percentage of XP. So I have here a total of 1,420 XP percentage, meaning all of this are Digimons that I have already mastered. You see the purple glowing on the Digimon. This gives a lot of XP, which in turn is good for 150, because like I said, 150 is just the borderline between getting stronger and progressing much further in the game. You can't stay at level 150 forever. You need to move forward and reach 160 because the game keeps demanding higher level much more than you already have. Meaning, higher levels, more stats, more opportunity and more event to come with level restriction. So invest in XP. So there's a lot of Digimons here. You can just filter them out using this D unit filter. So good luck with that, and let's move on to the video. Okay, next on the list is upgrade your accessory mid-game. So here it is. Let me go to the area where we can talk this out. So this is the first area, which is the Digimon Arena. When you're just starting on the game and you haven't completed the Digimon Arena, that's why I keep saying that invest in your seals, do cloning, level your Digimon to 150, because the Digimon Arena has a Digimon restriction of level 120, meaning all the enemy Digimons are level 120 and above, and there are all virus type, meaning vaccine is the best Digimon to use against them. So in here, in the hard arena coin, there are two shining arena rings. The one is the Climber's Emblem and the arena coins of 50. There will be given a mission by this guy or this girl, Mary, which will, in terms, needs you to farm 100 hard arena coin. And she will give you Climber's Emblem plus 2. She will give you 2 Climber's Emblem. In terms of that, your 100 arena coin hard will disappear. So you need to farm another 50 arena coin hard to fully get the Shining Arena Ring. Shining Arena Ring is one of those mid-game items that you really need on the early game and will give you a better stats than the 4 Holy Beasts that I said in the beginner guide. So this is the stat that I'm currently rocking: HT, skill damage, basic attack, basic attack. But if you are one of those people who are focused on skill damage, I suggest you get basic attack, attack damage. So yeah, I won't be showing it to you guys, but let's move on and let me show you the other part where I said upgrade your accessory to mid game. One of those accessories are the Miracle Set. So the Miracle Set it looks like this. This is the Miracle Set. You'll get the Miracle Earring, Miracle Necklace, Bracelet, and Ring. They release from time to time again. If you want to get the Miracle Set, it's here on the Magnamon in that center. You'll need to have multiple tickets of Miracle accessories, or you can just wait for a special event which they will give you a Miracle Ring level 10, Necklace level 10, Earring level 10, and Bracelet level 10, which you can use the Shining Hype, which you can use to upgrade it to the special version of each and every one of them. So yeah, that's another one of the mid-game equipment. The other one is the Digital Hazard, which I already have. So here is the Digital Hazard set. It's much more better than the Miracle Earring because you won't need to use the NCS. NCS is the number change tone. And yeah, using it to the Digital Hazard won't do anything because the Digital Hazard set is already at the perfect stats. So you won't need it anymore. So yeah. So in terms of tier, the third tier is the fourth tier is the 4 Holy Beasts. The third tier is the Miracle Necklace, the Miracle Set. The fourth tier is the Digital Hazard set, and the fifth, I guess in the first place it's the 0 unit. So again, I just said those things because I want you guys to understand that you need those items for this. This is what we call the mid-game equipment. This will take you a long time to craft. So look at this. You need 450 Kuramon data and 500 Tera just to craft this Radiant Miracle Necklace alone, which is in terms very special. But if you have the Miracle Necklace, you'll only need 250 and 200 Kuramon data. But like I said, if you have the digital hazard necklace, you will only have 175. It cuts in half almost every time, but the Kuramon data takes less and less. So I'm lucky that I have the digital hazard necklace set, the digital hazard set, for me to only gain 175 Radiant Miracle Necklace. But if you have the Radiant Necklace of the 4 Holy Beasts, which in terms will take you a long time to get, because you need to do the 4 Holy Beasts dungeon hard. But on the last one is the 0 unit necklace. It only costs you 100 Terra, and it will only cost you 100 Kuramon data. On this one is also 100 Kuramon data. So basically, this one is the grind item, and this one is the cash item. So let's move on to the next item, which is I think it's the MDG gear. Here it is. So in this one, you'll be able to craft the earrings. So again, it's the same for everything. You'll need the miracle set for this. Or if you don't have the miracle set, you just need to farm 250. It will take a long time for you to do so. That's why it's hard. And this one is a different level. This one needs a Shining Arena Ring and 200 Flower of Darkness and 400 Terra. I keep saying 1000 because I don't know, that's just how it goes. And also this will be able to get you to the Digimon Kaiser goggles, which is very, very much higher on the tier list rather than the normal set that we have. Okay. And last on the list is the accessories for the Vital Brace. Yeah, it will cost you 100 Terra just to get the Vital Brace, Vital Breath Digivice. It's actually a bracelet. It's not. It's a Digivice as well, but it's not a Digivice like this one, the loader or the Psy version one. It's just an accessory for your bracelet or your wristband. So if you have a Miracle Bracelet, it will only cost you 100 Corrupted Digicode to get the Vital Brace for 50 Terra. And if you have the 0 unit bracelet, it will only cost you 50 Digicode and 0 unit bracelet. And it will only cost you 10 Terra. Oh, I might have forgotten my avatar. Yeah, I kinda went in blind, so here we go. There is my avatar, and let's move on. Also, a thing that you need to understand as well is there is a set of items that you need for also going to the mid game. I haven't really put this into mind because I don't think it was relatively needed, but now that I see it clearly, it's really, really needed. You need to have a Crest Digivice. Crest Digivice will also give you okay, so on the Crest Digivice, you'll need to have a sorry guys, I'm currently doing content and someone was trying to invite me to a dungeon run and I want to apologize to that person, and let's move on to the video. Like I said, this is one of those things that you need to do because this will also help you in doing increased damage for overall everything. It will give you a 2 types attribute which mainly corresponds to your Digimon. This is the first attribute, this is the elemental attribute, and this is the generic, the basic attribute, which is vaccine data, unknown, and virus. So, yeah. You need this Digivice of Friendship. This is for the early game. And for the mid game, it's the Deciduous X Loader. And also, there is another Digivice that you can gain, but it will cost you a lot to buy the service for. And it's called the first Digivice. It's on par with this Digivice alone, but it has more levels to come. So this is the final first Digivice, which in terms will give you 8. Yeah, 8 chipset slot. Okay. Then the other thing that I want to talk about is the Adventure Goggles. Adventure Goggles is one of the important stuff that you can get for the early game. You just need to do Royal Base Normal every week, and it will give you Adventure Goggles of your own choice. I suggest you do Attack for skill damage increase. So I won't be talking about this much further, but I think I released a video about this, that you need to get this as early as possible when you are returned to the game. So yeah. Now let's move on to the list. I did have a lot of talks with this. So yeah, let's move on. Okay, the final list is Digital Fusion. Now, hear me out. I put Digital Fusion in here because we're talking about transitioning from late early game all the way to mid game. This is also a good call for me to add because Digital Fusion is the only way for you guys to gain another set of SSS plus Digimon. So for example, I have here an evolution item for Zukyomon, for King Longmon, and for Belphemon Rage Mode. This is also a good time to say that in here, you'll be able to get a chance to get an SSS plus Digimon. So here, there are 0.55% to get a SSS plus Digimon, which in terms will help you with the mid-game or early mid-game. Because SSS plus Digimons are the second tier that are stronger than the U ranks. Why am I saying this? Because it's true. SSS plus Digimon has the highest stats for a free-to-play player. So start using your Digital Fusion. And if you're wondering how you're gonna get the Digital Fusion, so for example, you need to combine 4 SSS Digimon evolution item, and it will chance, in terms of that, will give you either an SSS or there's a chance that you can get an SSS plus. But there's a PT system, or the failure count. If the failure count reach 5 out of 5, it will guaranteed to give you 1 SSS plus Digimon evolution. So now, if you have the SSS plus and you have gained a good amount of SSS plus, mainly 4 items as well, for the SSS plus fusion, you'll need around 40. You need around 40 SSS plus evolution item, which is very expensive, I know, but this is the free-to-play way to get yourself a U rank. This is where you get the evolution item. There are only 5 U ranks available in the Digital Fusion. I do hope in the future they be able to add more to this Digital Fusion. But for now, we only have 5. And the chances of them are 10%. If the combination of them are 10%, so basically 2% for each. And yeah, the only Digimon that you want to get here is either... Now, actually, the only Digimon that you want to get here is the Super Digivolution Hybrid or the Rite of Purification. Rite of Purification is the Miko mode, and the Super Digivolution Hybrid is the Crimson mode Awaken. So I won't be making any more remarks on that because, to be honest, number 5 is kind of expensive, but you can do it a free-to-play way. And here is how I'm going to do it. I've released a lot of videos around this time. So if you have this, like I said, if your Digimon is already at 150, I always said this because it's really needed. If you have a level 150 Digimon, do the Gankomon training ground. The Gankomon training ground will give you a mission, which in terms will be able to give you the Gankomon training ground coin. For that Gankomon training ground coin, you're gonna go to Hackmon and you'll buy the possibility of resistance. And here, the possibility of resistance will be able to give you a free AOX. Now, you need to do this every week, every 2 weeks, so there's a higher chance that you get an AOX from those runs alone. It will take you a long time, but I guarantee you that's the only free-to-play way to get in U rank progression. So I've done that before, so I'm doing everything free-to-play as much as possible. So for example, here, a Matrix Evolution Gallantmon is an SSS Digimon Evolution. Meaning if you buy this, I can already do the fusion on my digital fusion. But I won't be doing that. Because I have done a lot of things with it, and quite the tasking. It's a quite a demanding thing to do because it has a lot of needed things. So this, in terms of this, you need 20 awakened things, and there's a chance that you get an SSS plus Digimon here. So yeah, it's kind of expensive. You'll also need Terra to buy the SSS plus Digimon or SSS Digimon for the fusion. So yeah, again, guys, thank you guys for watching. Leave a like, comment down below, and subscribe for more contents like this. I tried my best in explaining everything that I've done so far. This is based on my experience setting foot on the mid game, and not everything is there. Even if you have a U rank, you can't really tackle those mid game dungeons on your own. Even if you're in a party, it's really hard to do everything because it's really demanding, like I said. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.